Go away.
Hold on, I'm just gonna look like Dennis the Menace for a second. Hello. How we doing, guys? Hello, hello. Let's see out in my backyard. I'm trying to. Okay, so my friend gave me this tripod thing, and it's weird, and I'm trying to figure out kind of how to get it to. Okay, there. That's good. Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I invite you to grab a cup of coffee, tea, juice, milk, water, whatever you can drink. Or if you have hydration things and you're able to hydrate at this time, grab your banana bags or your hydration bags and let's hydrate too. So this is just a hey, I haven't done a live in a while. A good live, let's put it that way, a good live. And you guys are welcome and free to ask any questions you like while I sip and enjoy my coffee. My mic is messing up. I don't have a mic on my phone. It's just my phone. I moved it closer. Is that better? Can you hear me better now? It's not covered up or anything either. It's open, so. Okay, maybe it's just because I was moving it around and stuff like that, but I think set you back a little bit. There we go. I think it should be good now. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, about what's going on in my life, I see you over there, girly. You wanna come say hi? Come say hi. Come on. Come here. Come here. Are you gonna leave your bone? Oh, you're gonna bring it with you. Okay. Go on. Come on. Come. There's Miss Tuna. You got nose boop. Yeah. Yes, I love you too. I love you too. Thank you for the hugs. Oh, I love you. Yes, I love you. Is a prong color okay for a small dog? Now, see, that's a good question. That's been very debatable in the community. Some people say no because they're too little and it's an abuse and things like that. There are different size prongs, so you can get something called a micro prong, which is the smallest prong that you can get, and uh, if that's fit properly, any prong fit properly is a great tool. Now, if it's fit improperly or your dog is literally just that tiny that it isn't going to fit around their neck or work, or it's going to be sliding down where it's going to be dangerous, then I don't recommend it. So if you have a very tiny service dog that's like 4 pounds or less, that's going to be debatable. That's going to be debatable. So because I have a Chihuahua who's 4 pounds and her collars barely fit. Usually I have to buy her cat collars because the smallest dog collar doesn't fit her. So I would never use a prong on her because she's just simply too tiny. But if your dog's somewhere between, I'd say 7 to 15 pounds, so that's that kind of small, I think as long as you get it fitted properly, that it would be fine. I do know a handler who uses a prong on her Havanese. So, what bones do I give Luna? So Luna gets. Hang on a second, I'll grab one. Hey, can I borrow this? Hey, can I borrow this? I'll give it back.
There's like, hey, where's like?
Okay, so So they get these, it's hard to see, but it's called Benebone. Now, I didn't realize that these were a form of nylon bone. They've been chewing on these for over a year, and I've never had any incidents with them. Okay, you can have that. There you go. Here's another one that's just like a stick flavored. Now, these come in like different colors, and the different colors are different flavors. This is a peanut butter. The dark brown is a peanut butter flavored, and it's supposedly infused with peanut butter flavoring. I'm not sure how. Um, but this is a really good way to clean their teeth. It does have real bone in it. If you can see here, this white here is part of like actual bone. So it's like real bone that's been compressed, ground, and then compressed into a shape like this. So here, Rosie. But we did not know that they had forms of nylon in them, so I would not. It's like a nylabone, but been a bone. I mean, these are probably the last two they're gonna have because I just recently found out that they have nylon in them, so which is not good. So I don't recommend those, but that's what they have right now. Otherwise, they usually will get like pieces of marrow bone, so like a femur bone in a cow that's been sliced up, and it has the marrow on the inside, and it has a little bit of the fatty tissue around it, so they'll get that basically in its raw form.
The little ones get whimsies.
Yeah, or we'll give whimsies too, which is the vegetable bones. My tiny dogs love them. Luna loves them too. She'll eat every one except the. What is the white one? I think the white one's like cauliflower or something like that. I don't know. She won't eat that one. But she'll eat the spinach and the carrot. Good questions, guys.
So in other words, she takes after you.
Rice bones are good, I guess. I've actually never heard of rice bones, but you know, rice isn't bad for dogs, so. Oh, your puppy's about 12 pounds. Well, I don't recommend using a prong on a puppy until it is at least, I'd say probably 8 months of age. 8 months to a year. Anything newer than that, like, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 months, I would say no. You know, a prong is really kind of an I don't want to say an advanced training tool, but it's really used for more like shaping things that you're having problems with. Like if you're having problems with getting a heel, a prong would be a good tool to use to kind of help shape that heel if they're still pulling a little bit. Yeah, prongs. I don't recommend using prongs on puppies. You know, I'd wait till your dog is at least a year old. Maddie, prongs they're a controversial tool. You know, some people like them and some people don't. Any tool used incorrectly can be dangerous. So even a flat collar, if it's not fitted correctly, can be dangerous to your dog.
Practical way to do it. So they don't.
No, Chloe, 9 weeks is way too young to be using a prong on a puppy. Do not use a prong. Yeah, Chloe, I'm confused because you said if your dog's 9 weeks. I've heard 12, and I've also heard 15 weeks, so I'm confused how old your dog actually is. Or are you just not sure how old she is? Good questions, guys. Keep them coming. Hey, Jaden. Doghouse, you are correct. They do come pretty small. I would definitely consider a 1.75 would be like a micro prong. Like that's gonna be tiny. So, but you still don't want. I mean, you still don't want to use them on a 9-week-old puppy, a 15-week-old puppy, or even a 12-week-old puppy. I'd agree with you, Jaden. Maybe she just doesn't remember how old the dog is. Good questions, guys. Good questions. Keep them coming.
Hey, sit down.
What can you correct
Rosie.
with? Maddie. If it depends on how old your dog is. I mean, if you're trying to do purely positive things, then a simple or a no or something like that, you can correct your dog verbally. If you're using a tool, prongs obviously can be used for corrections. Just a little pop and a no or leave it or something like that. You're just 3 years old or 3 months. Yeah, Chloe, that's way too young. 9 weeks is way too young to use a choker or a prong. I don't recommend it.
Caramel sauce, but you could have chocolate sauce.
Yeah, if your dog is still a puppy, it's best to not use any kind of training tools on them until they're a bit older. So you want to use purely usually voice commands or things like that, treats for positive things, and so verbal corrections for not training tools as they get older usually help as far as like shaping things, like shaping your recall. If the recall isn't that great, you could use an e-collar for that. Uh, like I said, with a heel, you could use a training collar or a prong or even a martingale. It just depends on what your dog responds best to. But definitely don't with the puppies; they're too young. Jaden, you're right. I have said that I'm 30. Like legit thought that I was 30 at one point, and I have legit thought that I was 32. And I am in fact 31. I will be 32 in December. Do I like pit bulls? I don't, Maddie. I think pit bulls are terrible dogs. They just like to eat stuff and things. Hey Rosie, come here. Come here. Come here, Rosie. Come here. Come here, Rosie. Come here. Come on. Want a treat? Want a treat? Come on. Come get a treat. Come here. Come here, Rosie. Rosie, come here. Here. Rosie. One for you. And one for you. And one for you. I think pit bulls are terrible, Maddie. They're terrible, terrible dogs. They're so vicious. They're so vicious. I have a pit bull. I love pit bulls. Pit bulls are awesome. Thank you. You're a good girl. Yeah, I know. You are my treats. This is Rosie Sue.
No, it's rose quartz.
I call her Rosie Sue. But yeah, her if she was purebred to be registered, she would have been
What just happened?
Rose. She would have been Rose Quartz, and then some weird name probably after that. But I call her Rosie Sue. She's a little over a year. Well, I guess more than over. I'm not giving you any more. No.
I mean, heck, I also call her Rosie Cozy.
Rosie, we did a little training with her, but she just loves people and other dogs so much. And I didn't. I mean, we trained her a little bit, mostly for my partner, for like in-home stuff. But then we realized that it's better for her just to be a dog. So it wasn't anything negative. She wasn't like aggressive or anything like that. She's just so excitable and loves people and other dogs so much. It's just like, why take that away
She's
from her?
too friendly.
She's too friendly. Let's put it that way. They're great for service work. Not just okay. They're like great.
So you said can't have another one?
Xena, if you're talking about for like service work, I would not recommend a Pitsky for service work. That's just my opinion, though. Exactly. Jaden's correct. Any breed is capable of service work. You just need to find the right temperament. And there are some dogs that, based on their temperament and their breeding and things like that, they're definitely not good dogs for service work.
Not that there aren't exceptions.
Yeah, not that there are exceptions. Though. Yeah, Huskies are very stubborn. They're very hard to train. That's why people who have Huskies as service dogs, I give them mad props for training the way that they did. Because some are just, I mean, you have Lexi who has Dakota. You have Maddie who has Cloud. Like, I mean, that's insane. And please don't ask me about the Lexi Maddie stuff. I have no idea what's going on. I recently, like literally yesterday, just found out about stuff myself. So. Yeah, I know it's a bunch of drama. And I only follow the two on Instagram, so whatever's been posted on Instagram is all I know. Well, I am friends with Lexi on her Facebook, but so are a lot of people, but she hasn't posted really anything there, so. Good questions, guys. What other questions do we have? Sorry, it's shaking a little. I'm moving around on the table. Good choice, Xena. Good choice. No, I'm not. I'm not using an external mic. So I'm sorry if it sounds muffled. I mean, my mic is not covered up. So. Everything I do, I use on my phone, guys. I do on my phone. I am a bit stuffy, so maybe that's why. I'm not sure how this sounds. Do I sound muffled in some way? It might just be my voice. Because I have a little bit of a cold brewing, I think. I've just been sick nonstop this entire week.
Green leaves or something, that assures freshness, so look for that. But what you really want is cloth of the type itself. 2 cups of cloth. Alright? And don't throw this away. This you put in the freezer and you make the vegetables stock. Just chop it up like that. So like that. So looking at this, I'm looking at it.
Are my dogs allowed on the couches in bed? Yes, they are. Allowed on the couch in bed, especially Luna, in case she needs to respond to something. The little ones and Luna are pretty much the only ones that really lie on the couch. I mean, Rosie does occasionally, but Rosie has like her own chair, which I need to either get another one or figure out how to kind of re-inflate this one, which I think is just going to be ordering some more beading stuff that goes inside of it. It's like a bean bag. So yeah, she took over my cool little, it's called a Big Joe, and it's like a beanbag chair, and they make other types of furniture with it. So yeah, they are allowed, but Rosie's usually not. She doesn't, unless we're just kind of hanging out in our bedroom, she doesn't usually get on the bed. She'll lay on the floor unless we call her up there. Luna's just all over yes. Yeah, it might be a setting or something that I have, Jaden, where it sounds like when I first start talking, it's quiet, and then it'll adjust to the sound. I don't know if that's a setting on my phone. I'll have to go in and check that out. Because I noticed it was doing that on my videos too. Girls, no. Hey, enough. No, they quit. Yeah, it's probably a setting on my phone. I'll have to see if I can adjust that. Come here, Luna. Come here. Oh, geez. I'm sorry, Jaden. That really stinks. I don't think that's a... No, I'm on the live. I'm not gonna... Okay. Sorry, guys. I said it would pause live. I'm back. Let me know. I don't know who's still watching, but yeah. Let me know if it sounds any different. I turned something off. Does the sound better? Is it like consistent? Because I turned something off. Because it was recording in like stereo sounds. The sound is still funny. Oh joy. Well, I'll go back and take a look at that later. It might have just been an update on my phone, which really, really sucks. And honestly, I would probably contact Apple and be like, listen, I do everything on my phone and you screwed up my sound for my videos. Like, literally, I wait. You'll notice I pause at the beginning of when I'm talking in my videos. I pause for a second, and I wait for the sound to pick up. It goes low and then high. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's where I'm sitting. Maybe if I move you guys closer to me. I don't know why it's doing this. Maybe if I just talk in a whisper. Now it's working? Oh, so you guys were just too far away from me, I guess? That's weird. It was probably just where I had it set at or something like that. Okay, so questions. Now that we got that figured out again. Chloe, be careful with your little one. When they're that young, you know, the first few months with them, socialization is really important. So taking them places to socialize, like while you're holding them, because at 9 weeks they're not going to have all their shots yet. So, you know, take them around, let people love on them, let people show them, and things like that. I think ESAs are great as long as you follow the laws as far as ESA goes. So, obviously, not in public. I have an ESA, my little Chihuahua Karma. She's my ESA, actually more like her brother has become my ESA. Because she has attached herself to my wife, so she's more now my wife's ESA. And River is still, so I have a good dog for ESA. You can have both an ESA and a service dog. Karma. I mean, you have Rosie too, but Rosie's just kind of, she's like everybody's ESA.
Well, River, what's your job, River?
He licks me to death. Oh, thank you. Someone said you're very pretty.
To you or?
No, they said, by the way, your wife is very pretty.
Thank you. How do they know what I look like?
You want Burger King chicken nuggets? Okay. I don't like Burger King's chicken nuggets.
Once upon a time, they were better than McDonald's.
They were. When I was a kid, they were way better than McDonald's, and now they have that weird battery taste.
I haven't had them.
Not battery, but batter, like that they're battered in. Cardboard. It's like a cardboard taste. I think that's why they put out the spice nuggets. Those aren't bad.
I think Wendy's has the best nuggets.
How do I stop my service dog in training to stop barking at other dogs? Good question. So what I would do is you need to have a good no or leave it command. And what I would do, as soon as they start barking at another dog, take them the opposite direction. You know, say no, leave it, turn around and go the opposite direction. So they don't have the chance to keep barking at it. If you have a prong or something to correct, you know, one little pop, no, leave it, turn around and walk the other direction. A good advice would be to get a friend who has a dog that's friendly with other dogs. And what I would do is I would go to a public space where that friend, if it's not a service dog or another handler, where that friend and you can work on that. Go to a pet store, go to a dog park, well, not a dog park, you could go to any park, and work on that and have your friend walk, you know, by you and then back by you. And if your dog each time turn around and walk the other direction, if you have to turn around and walk the other direction, have your friend stop and then start approaching again. And if your dog starts to bark, you know, correct, no, leave it, turn around and walk the other direction. And then once they start seeing the dog and they're not barking, yes, good boy, good girl, good job, or good whatever the dog's name is, and, you know, give them treats. So that's my best advice on how to do that. Oh, thanks, Chloe. Hi, Kate. I'm just reading through stuff here.
Can I ask you a question?
That's fine. Chloe that'd be a good training thing to work on with her. Huh? What?
How do they know what I look like?
Because they watch my videos and you're in my videos. Yes, because Luna, I don't think she would do it right now, but Luna, if I pass out, because I like disassociate, have these weird type seizures, which my doctor is now thinking is narcolepsy, or a form of narcolepsy, not a severe form or anything like that, where I just kind of check out, like I just dead stare, I stop blinking, and then um, I'm just not there, and then I like pass out. So she's trying to lick me and jump up on me and kind of paw at me a little bit on my chest and then lick me. And if I don't come around to that, then she is trying to bark once at me. If I'm zoning out and I'm just standing and just zoning and I'm doing the same thing but I haven't passed out yet. If I don't respond to her pawing at me, or jumping up and like bumping me in the face with her nose, then she's trying to sit, look at me, and bark once. So barking once is okay for an alert.
After all, I'm the vet, right? So the first basic. Available. Now, let's talk here. Shirley, it's beautiful and we're ready to play it. Family stuff.
Chloe, how you want to train alert for anxiety attacks is different. Usually, for that, they have to recognize a heart rate increase or a change in cortisol levels. So that would be scent work or a heart rate alert that they would have to pick up on their own, to let you know before that happens. Usually, you're gonna feel a bit anxious before that happens. So you're gonna want to stop what you're doing, take your medication for that, and then have your dog respond how you want, either with DPT or just jumping up on you and just being right there so you can just hug them, or whatever you need to do until you calm down. Luna does two different things. She's now started learning to my heart rate increase because that's a common problem I'm having now, and why I use a cane or a wheelchair quite a bit. And she will either nose at me, usually my hand, keep nosing at me, or she paws at my leg. She also jumps up on me, and it's getting better to where and every time she does it, I'm giving her hella praise, like a lot of praise, because I want her to do these things. Um, it used to be she was a little late to the party, but she was alerting to me, but I would still give her, like I was already dizzy and needed to sit down, but she would alert after the fact. So I started giving her treats and stuff for that. Then it started getting, literally within, I would say, 60 seconds of me feeling dizzy. And I'm like, okay, great, give her a treat because she's still telling me, hey, you need to sit down. then, then it was slightly before, like 60 seconds, maybe before I would start feeling dizzy. So she was getting it, see what I'm saying here. So every time that she does it now she's up to about a minute and a half before I start feeling dizzy, that she will tell me.
That comes from those. If you put them together, when you are in doubt of what to do, you're actually following the culture of the region, and it is correct. Yes, are better, only because you don't have to pick out the seeds.
Um, Chloe, your dog, if it's 9 weeks old, should not be in a regular store because your dog is not task trained. Your dog is not fully potty trained. So, per the ADA law, your dog does not meet the definition of a service dog yet. Even though it is a service dog in training, at 9 weeks old, I wouldn't have it in a regular store. And it does vary. That law does vary per state. Maybe your state says, yeah, you can have service dogs and trainings in store without having, a trainer or whatever. In Ohio, service dogs in training have to stick to pet-friendly locations like Lowe's, Home Depot, and then like pet stores, Tractor Supplies, things like that. So I'm sure, maybe your state is different. My cat almost fell off the table and knocked over my tripod. But at 9 weeks old, you don't want to have them in a store that isn't like a pet store or something like that. And if so, at 9 weeks, you want to be carrying your dog around because it doesn't have all its shots yet.
I think pet stores are good, or like Home Depot, so they can get desensitized.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you know what, Kate? That's okay. Sometimes our dogs have setbacks and it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's someone who was decided they were going to be dumb and bring their pet into public. And that's okay if it has to go back into training, because we want to give our dogs time to recover from that. So you don't really want to push them. You just kind of want to take it one day at a time after something like that happens. What? Do you need something? Do I need something? What? What? What do you want? Am I okay? Am I coughing a lot? I probably need to take a treatment, Yeah. Do you need to go outside? Do you have to go out? Just tell me something. I'm not sure what it's for. Yeah. Good girl. I'm probably gonna be coughing a lot. I'm breathing okay, but good job. Good job. But I'm good. Quit nosing me. Stop. There's nothing there. When we ignore our service dogs. Sorry guys, I'm going back through here and reading. Yeah, Chloe, they probably are, but not that young. Stop. That's enough. That is enough. Go sit down. Go on. Lay down. Stay. Hey, Chelsea. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, Kate. Chloe, like I'm gonna tell you this from, the kindness of my heart as best as I can. Your dog is 9 weeks old. Your dog is not gonna know how to alert to you at 9 weeks. The 9 weeks, you would have had them for a week, because usually 8 weeks is the soonest you're gonna get a dog from a breeder. Okay, I don't know any responsible breeder that's gonna give you a dog sooner than 8 weeks. Your dog is not house trained. Okay, there's no way in 9 weeks your dog is house trained. These things are what preventing you from having your dog in non-pet friendly places. At 9 weeks also, your dog has not had all of its shots, and it's fairly dangerous. It's really dangerous to have them out in public without having all their shots unless you're holding them. because you don't want them exposed to all those germs and different things that different dogs are bringing in that are going to be on the ground. It's like taking a newborn human out to a playground, you know, at 4 weeks of age and a month old. You know, you're not going to do that. So, you know, I apologize, but there's just, I have never heard and never seen. I mean, who's to say? Maybe that it could be, but from the kindness of my heart, there's no way that your dog is ready to be training out in public like that. There's no way that your dog at 9 weeks old you've had for 1 week is going to alert to you. You know, things like that. So please be careful. Please be responsible. You know, hopefully your parents are you know, stepping up and being like, hey, this dog is too young to be out. You know, if she's not had all her shots yet. Well, how? Okay, Chelsea, I just got your message, and that's crazy because I don't know. Chloe, how old? Okay, tell me right now, how old is Chloe? Like, how old is she? Is she 9 weeks? Is she 12 weeks? Is she 15 weeks? Is she 3 months? Is she 7 months? Like, you're throwing all these different. There's no way you got her at 4 weeks, honey. I'm so sorry, but there's no way you got her at 4 weeks. At a month old, she would not have thrived. She probably, honestly, would have died. Being away from her mom that soon. There's no way. The very soonest I have ever seen someone let a dog go is 6 weeks, and even then the dog is struggling after that. There's no way you got her at 4 weeks, hon. I'm sorry. That's a bold-faced lie right there. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna call you out on that. There's no way. And guys, I try to be a nice person. There's no way a breeder would give you a dog at 4 weeks old, a responsible breeder. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just stating legit facts. No, there's no way. I'm sorry, Chloe, I don't believe you. And I mean, you can, yeah, puppies need to be at least 6 weeks. That's the soonest. And there's just no way. Yeah, ideally 8 weeks. The soonest I have ever heard of a dog being let go, not from a breeder, just from someone who had an oops litter and was trying to get rid of the dogs, is 6 weeks of age. This is your medical equipment, sweetheart. This is your medical equipment. And there's just no way responsibly, you know, or your parents would responsibly allow you to take a dog at 4 weeks of age from a breeder. A breeder's not going to let you do that. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out on that. There's just no way. I would like to make a complaint about the manager. So they had an oops litter. Even if they had an oops litter, they would still, a responsible breeder's not going to give you a dog at 4 weeks old. Doghouse. Yeah, you're correct. Chloe, Doghouse says, even if you're super early with a pup, they are not mentally or physically developed enough to do alerts or even be halfway potty trained. Well, I mean, if your dad's saying that she's 4 weeks, you know, I hate to say this, your dad was really irresponsible in taking a dog that young from its mom. And the breeder was irresponsible by doing that too. I mean, there's like, that dog wouldn't have survived even if you bottle fed. It'd be a slim chance that the dog would survive, because at 4 weeks, their eyes are not even really open. They're just barely getting opened. Their ears aren't open at all. Well, just make sure you're getting your age and weeks and things like that right, because you've said 12 weeks, you've said 10 weeks, you've said 3 months, you've said 7 months, like
We can do some basic math. How long has she had the dog?
she says she's had the dog since 4 weeks, and that the dog is now 9 weeks.
When did she get the dog?
4 weeks of age.
Did she get it in June? Did she get it in March?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care about that. She's just saying this is when she got the dog, and it's common sense. Common sense.
Even worst case scenario, if the breeder was stupid and
then that's not a breeder, Chloe. That's not a breeder. You're saying this guy was a breeder. If he's gonna take his pups to the shelter, that's not a breeder. I know. You've told me twice. Thank you. Yeah. I know. I can't run upstairs and get it right now, but maybe Mom will be nice and do it. It's in my bedside table. You might have to dig around a little bit in there. It's the blue one.
what?
It's the blue one. Yes, please. No, I have that one and that's it. I have to ask Dr. Weinstark to refill. Yeah. Jaden's correct. The shelter probably wouldn't have accepted dogs at 4 weeks of age because too much care would have had to have gone into them. That would be like a backyard breeder. Just a guy who's an asshole and doesn't care about dogs. I don't know what to do. What do I do about my service dog training? Sorry, I'm just really upset because the manager said he had better things to do than to deal with the fake. I would call corporate and complain about that because that's really rude. Kate, I would definitely contact corporate and complain about that store. If you can get a corporate manager or a corporate thing from that store. I would keep calling until you get a response. Thank you. These things are so gross. There. See? I did it. Are you gonna leave me alone now?
Go out. Would you mind picking up some bread?
Yeah, I could do that.
I have a feeling that you guys are going to have to read it at 8. So.
Is this what store was this, Kate? Was this a Walmart by chance? Yeah, let's be. Target, yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I agree with Jaden. I would recommend don't go to that place for a while. If you do, when you go back, if you have something that similarly happens, or they tell you you can't be in there, you know, I would file another complaint. I'm gonna have to get off here, guys. I'm gonna have to do a deep breathing treatment.
Okay. And this is your section, so make sure that you just, follow the fine print. And
Aww.
Who's it for? Marvin. Happy birthday, Marvin. From who? Ah, Marvin, you got a birthday today? Tomorrow? Next week? Oh, it's my cat's birthday, guys. Didn't even know that. Who's Marvin? Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I'm going to be going out with some of my friends. So I'm hopefully gonna get a vlog out here, and I need to go do a breathing treatment anyway because this inhaler ain't cutting it. I mean, a little bit. I can breathe a little better, but still. So thank you for hanging out, guys. You all had great questions, and keep an eye out for the vlog. It's probably going to be 3-4 days before I get it out. So thanks for hanging out. Love and stuff. We'll see you next time. Bye.